What's going on, guys? It's K-Dub here with another episode of CryptoZombie. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having an excellent start to your week. Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies having a massive weekend move. As soon as I put the video out, within a few minutes, we started literally pumping. We smashed through the critical resistance that has been holding us down. We are still struggling to get above that $40,000 level, but you can see we did have quite a breakout after consolidating in that $34,000, $35,000 range. Now, the one thing that's actually getting me pretty excited right now is this weekly candle close. We had a lot of difficulty breaking above this level right here, and then recently you could see we just kept wicking below it, and that was right around the $38,100 level. Well, we finally closed a $39,000 candle right here, so this is showing that the bulls just might in fact be back. Now, I do want to talk about a few reasons why this may actually be happening. Some of them that you may have noticed is we do have the G7 summit. So we did have the final verdict come out, and there was nothing negative, nothing bad to be said about cryptocurrencies whatsoever. So that was seen actually as a positive. We also had our good old buddy Elon Musk responding to a bit of a FUD article where he was saying this is inaccurate. Tesla only sold 10% of their holdings to confirm Bitcoin could be liquidated easily without moving market when there's confirmation of reasonable above 50% clean energy usage by miners with positive future trend. Tesla will resume allowing Bitcoin transactions. And another thing that people are excited about is Michael Saylor and company looking to purchase yet another chunk of Bitcoin this coming week. So all of that together, plus the fact that we were definitely oversold for quite some time, certainly is definitely creating a lot of excitement today. Now, we do need to stay realistic. I do want to talk about what is happening in the charts. Yes, I'm excited. I'm not going to go full on bull just yet. We still do have some other resistances that we do need to tackle. However, this weekly close is definitely making me very happy. So we're going to dive in super quick. And obviously, guys, in order to get these videos out quicker to you, some of the criticisms that I get is that, sometimes these videos come out and they're not, literally you put a video out and then 5 minutes later, the price just pumps $5,000 dollars. So essentially, maybe I'll scale back on the editing, make the videos a bit shorter so I can get them out earlier to you. Let me know if that's something that you guys are interested in. So let's dive in and let's have a look at what is going on right here. So you can see that for a while, pretty much back here since the end of May, realistically, what you wanted to do was be shorting this resistance, shorting this resistance, shorting this resistance. You can see we did have one more test back here. We had a little bit of, it was like a channel that we were forming, which is actually making me think that now this down here was just a giant bear trap, right? Everybody was just trying to short all the way down, thinking we were going to break to the downside. I did have a hunch that we were most likely going to continue sideways consolidation. And while this, move that we did have recently is pretty incredible, it was a huge daily candle to have for Bitcoin, you can still see right here that we are in fact still ranging, and we haven't really technically put in, we actually have put in a higher high as far as this little bump right here, but I do want to get above this level, which is that $40,000 level. That's really what I'm looking at. So that would be like the short-term ultimate confirmation. Right now, we're still technically just ranging, even though that was a really exciting move that we did have yesterday. There is still the possibility of coming down and flipping this resistance right here into support, which would be incredibly, incredibly bullish. Now, you can see right here, we have been stopped out by, if you actually take the bottom of these wicks and you connect them to the top, you could see that it was acting as support right here. We did have the resistance, and it is acting as resistance again, not only from the diagonal, but also from this level right here. So we're not out of the water just yet, but my friends, we are getting there, and things are starting to look a lot brighter for Bitcoin. So if we move on over here, it doesn't appear that we're going to test this blue box zone again. If we do break this, if this resistance does fail as support, then that would actually be quite bearish. But having a look at this little relief rally, what I was waiting for was CME futures, and we did have the confirmation down here. We have a smaller momentum wave after a larger wave. You can see we did have that confirmation. And the one thing that I do want to point out, though, is we did have a little bit of a CME futures gap right here, sitting right around the $37,700 level, which interestingly enough, if we actually go back pullback would pretty much coincide with retesting this level right here around that $37,000 level. So yeah, I mean, the fact that we have a CME futures gap and the fact that I do believe we need to retest the resistance as support, I do see potentially a small move to the downside. It doesn't have to be today, it doesn't have to be tomorrow, and I wouldn't be looking to short this one in particular because of the fact that we actually broke out above the resistance. So what I'd be looking to do is, if we do get confirmation on this bounce, I would definitely be looking to now start longing the bounces again, which is the absolute opposite of what we've been doing for the past month, right? Because you do want to go with the trend. As soon as we have confirmation on the trend reversal, we're going to start wanting to long these bounces. So that will be the new strategy that we'll be looking at. Like I said, we do have a small CME futures gap. I'm pretty certain that this one will get filled. It's not a large gap. It's not very far away from the price right now. So even if Bitcoin was to just have a small little $200 pullback, really wouldn't be anything too crazy after what we've seen over this weekend for the markets, right? And having a look right here, the other thing, the big thing to point out is there were a lot of people talking about this death cross. And I did show you how these death crosses that happen on the daily, where you have the lower moving average moving below a higher moving average, they are often very bearish signals. However, they are lagging indicators, and we've seen multiple examples where they don't in fact ever cross, right? And I do think that if we do continue to put in, if Bitcoin does continue to rally, this short-term moving average is going to start to curve, and it may actually just miss this by just a hair, or they might just, maybe just kiss each other for a second. And yeah, that would definitely be a fake out, and it would certainly make this just one giant bear trap overall. So, everyone that was thinking that, this range was the top right here, I did explain that I really, just from experience, did not think that this was the Bitcoin top. Sure, it would have been an excellent opportunity potentially to sell here, buy back a little bit cheaper, but if you did miss that opportunity, really the only thing that we've seen in the past month or so is an opportunity to accumulate down at these lower levels, right? And the fact that we are looking to break above and have this death cross become invalidated, this could be very, very good for Bitcoin. And we could be once again mimicking sort of that 2013 mini sort of fake out, mini bear market, whatever you want to call it, bear market. It's hard to even really say Bitcoin is in a bear market because Bitcoin, on a logarithmic scale has really just put in higher highs and higher lows over the past 12 years. But ultimately that is something very good short term. And, like Michael was pointing out over here, Crypto Michael, he was pointing out that we might not be out of the water just yet. We could see some more choppiness at these levels. A lot of people are getting excited. We do know that sometimes with over exuberance, we can have those quick pullbacks, especially to fill the CME futures gap. But if we do continue to put in these lower highs, then we could be looking to, first, we're going to hit that $42,000 level. Very, very critical. Probably everyone is watching that. If Bitcoin can break and hold above $42,000, that would definitely put me in full on bull mode. And we could be aiming for this $48,000, $49,000 level. And if you watched my video from yesterday, I did explain to you guys that we could still potentially be on track for an $85,000 Bitcoin by the end of this year, simply by looking at stock to flow and looking at some fractals in the past, right? So overall, this was a very bullish move. I was very happy to see this. I'm very happy about the weekly close, guys. And right here, you can see I have been looking at the 1 hour. We are starting to turn down on the momentum. But like I said, shorting at this point after we just broke through a critical resistance could be super risky, could be a good play. I'm not going to recommend doing it. What I'm looking to do is essentially look for some momentum waves on the bottom where they get smaller like this, right? And actually, we had a great indicator right here. That was a perfect opportunity to put in a long, as you can tell. So that is essentially what I'm looking at. I'm looking to long the dips as long as we can hold and flip these resistances as supports. And if you guys are interested in learning how to trade, I personally like Bybit. I don't really like trading altcoins, especially with leverage. If you are interested in learning how to trade, you can check out my tutorial popping up above. There are also over $4,000 in bonuses below in the links in the description. So check that out if you guys are interested. But as usual, I do like to end on some fundamental news. So we have South Africa's financial regulators. They say they are laying the groundwork for for the phased and structured regulation of cryptocurrencies. The move presents a reversal of the largely hands-off approach taken for the past 7 years and has been driven by increasingly high levels of retail interest in crypto in the country. And I do believe that what we saw with El Salvador was just the very beginning. I believe that now, all it takes is that first person to, put their toes in the water, and now you've seen all these other countries showing interest. You're seeing them showing interest. They say in a position paper published on June 11th, the country's intergovernmental fintech working group laid out a roadmap for introducing a regulatory framework that will center on crypto asset service providers. We also have Tanzania appearing to be the latest emerging economy poised to embrace Bitcoin and crypto assets. So the president urged the country's central bank to begin exploring crypto assets. President Hassan emphasized the increasing impact of digital assets on global finance, stating, "We have witnessed the emergence of a new journey through the internet." She highlighted the lack of crypto adoption and development in the East African region, stating, "Throughout the region, including Tanzania, they have not accepted or started using cryptocurrencies." And they say, she said, "My call to the central bank is that you should start working on that development. The central bank should be ready for the changes and not be caught unprepared." Also, in an article that I don't have pulled up right now, we had the Netherlands coming out very negative, saying that they wanted to ban Bitcoin. And then I don't remember the actual title or position of the person in politics that was going against it, but they were saying like, no, banning it is a terrible idea. You're not going to stop it. It's only going to grow from this level. So now they're even looking to maybe be a little bit more lenient on it or regulate it, so to speak. We've seen India, right? They've actually been sort of taking a step back as well. So definitely huge, guys. And by the way, if you do like these quick updates like this, let me know. We're probably going to start doing more videos like this because I do want to get the information out to you faster. So hopefully you guys really appreciated this video today. And like I said, it wouldn't be uncommon to see this previous resistance sort of here, flip support, maybe come down, retest that $37,000 level. If we do fall below it, well, then obviously not a lot has changed. And then we potentially had a bull trap as well as a bear trap. But for now, guys, great that we had that weekly candle. Definitely had some good news. Nothing bad came out of the G7. Lots of fundamentals. Countries are looking to put Bitcoin on their balance sheet. And that's all I got for you today. So if you guys enjoyed this video, super quick update. Thank you so much for coming back to the channel. If you're not subscribed yet, definitely consider it. And if you haven't seen these videos popping up right here, right now, make sure that you click them, check them out. And until next time, stay crypto. And of course, peace out.